I was just going to say, why are we doing this?
Well, I want to explore, I think we both want to explore what's been going on for us around the prospect of doing a full therapeutic disclosure.
Hang on, can we just
stop?
No.
That's what...
I think we need to wind it back and say, when we actually began this journey, we promised to be authentic and real and raw, and so in the interest of staying true to that, we want to talk about where we're up to.
You just did that. Good. Exactly. So, do you want to share how did this come about in the last 2 weeks?
Well, I guess, when we had our final D-Day in 2019, and sort of scrambled going, well, what the hell, how do we do this? And so we didn't know anything about full therapeutic disclosure, and we didn't do that. So we did our own, and there was lots of questioning and lots of talking, and, we really got to a place where we felt like the secrets were out. And even, with all the work that we've done, through that, I felt quite confident that know as much as I need to know. I haven't really been curious yet. Yet, when I learning more about the full therapeutic disclosure process, wondering whether it was something we discussed, maybe even just going through that ourselves. And so a few weeks ago, I caught up with a colleague, and she suggested that we. Well, it was really interesting. She kind of suggested that I probably didn't know that there was more to know, and I've got to say that at that point in time, I felt really like, ooh, maybe there is more, and so she suggested that we actually go ahead and we do the full therapeutic disclosure with a polygraph. And they're not widely used in Australia as far as we know.
No, they're not.
Anyway, so I came home and I mentioned that to you.
You rang.
I rang, yeah. Oh, actually, really interestingly, when I was speaking with this lady, she said to me, this is how it will happen, and I want you to send through questions. And I said, I actually don't feel like I've got many more questions. I can't think of any questions that I actually have. And I think it was like an hour and a half drive from meeting her to come home. By the time I got home, I pulled in to buy a bottle of wine. And I messaged her and I said, I've thought of 8 questions on the way back, because she said to me, you send me your questions.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So then I called you.
Well, you called me on the way back.
Yeah, and I
you
said,
weren't home yet.
So what did that feel like to you?
I felt like I was hit in the face with a wet fish. I was going, my mind going, why and where's this coming from? Internally, all that is going on. Why now? This is what's going on in my mind. What's happened? I was resisting every, yes, I'm pretty good at being defensive. I was resisting all of that response. So I went, okay. And I felt like crap. I had that, and I haven't felt like before, for a long time, just a real wave of, when my body was getting clammy and fearful, and for a while, just really, feeling sick.
And I guess my thoughts were, even though I thought, you know, I know as much as I need to know, you know, with the place that we are at now, which is in a pretty awesome place, and we do have a new relationship. And I kind of felt like, well, what if there is more? And if there is more, or if there's things that I don't know that maybe, you know, that I should know, then we'll handle it. Like whatever comes up, we'll handle it. And it also, at the same time, if we're speaking with other couples that are going through this, we need to know what the process is like as well, because we need to experience it. We need to experience all the waves of emotion, the feelings and fears. Yeah, so it's quite you know, it's
So I get it from that as well, because I want to be able to help and equip others. I don't want to waste all this crap we've had to go through. But I'm glad we have. So I don't want to waste it just on us. So yeah, I need to know, and also you deserve what you deserve to know. So yeah.
So in I mean, we're like four years out. You know, we talked about how differently you feel now to also to, you know, if this had happened, and it's like we all know what the trickle truth and the drip feeding of truth, that's horrendous, and I've always said just rip the band-aid off. So I guess there, and I think that after you went and had your initial meeting, you know, I kind of, when you sort of came out of that, you said, oh well, you know, obviously, you know, there are things that Noni doesn't know, and that initial, that kind of sat there, and I was thinking, shit, what? But at the same time, I think years ago, I was so desperate to get everything out. Just tell me. And I remember she called me and she said, "Hey, you know, don't rush him. Don't, you know, be." And I went, and I'm like, I can wait for this. I don't need to rush this process, because I see it as an opportunity for a brand new level of freedom. And I think also, for myself personally, I don't know, just the confidence that I have in the work that I've done, in my self-care, in my identity work, and I know who I am. I know I'll be fine no matter what, and I also have a confidence in who you are, and
now.
And yes, now, yeah.
Okay, so for the last 2 weeks, I met with this specialist a few days ago, and the sort of crap that went through my mind was reminding me what it was like living the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And like I said to you, am I fearful? Absolutely. Because I do not want to go back and feel that, revisit the behaviour and actions and decisions in the light of how I see them now and how I understand them. So it's a fresh wave of disgust and disappointment. However, I think I told you the other day, like in the middle of the night, and this feeling, well, I know, a few days, these voices going in my head going, well, a few days beforehand, I mean, this is going to be really uncomfortable, and I don't like being uncomfortable. No one likes being uncomfortable. If you do, that's interesting. And I'd do almost anything, and I have done almost anything in my life to avoid my own discomfort. And that kind of helped get me here, or there. So, anyway, the thought was, well, I know we'll have a blow up. Something will happen in the week before. I'll have a blow up, and I just will not. Everything I've learned over the last 5 years will go out the window, and I'll do the stomp off explosion thing, and it's retribution only. That's it. Just things off. I'm not going ahead with this. That was like this thought. Okay, and I said, "Are you a kid again? Are you a child again?" Because sadly, in that moment, I recognise on a different scale that's something I did regularly when I wanted to avoid things. So that's, it's a form of manipulation. Yeah. So I didn't go there, obviously. Yet I haven't, and I'm not going to. But yeah, it's been interesting for me in the lead up. The stuff
but
that's revealed to me.
Also, when I, mentioned it to you that we've been, this is an opportunity. You actually said, if that's what you need to feel safe,
I'll do it.
There was no defensiveness.
No,
there was
no. And that's it. I know where I am now, but I also know where you are now as well, and the enormous strength, but also the sort of with all the work over the last few years, you view infidelity through a very different lens. Doesn't change the hurt, doesn't change the physical reactions, doesn't change the truth, but with a different perspective, and a lot of empathy that people obviously don't feel they deserve. That is the betrayed, don't feel they deserve.
So where we are is Dave is going. We're going in a couple of weeks to have the full therapeutic disclosure, and he's doing whatever work he has to do now to prepare that, and then 2 days later we'll be having a polygraph. So we just want to do this in real time, and we just want to share with you our experiences, which is not going to be everyone's experience, but just to be completely transparent.
Transparent? I'd rather be transported somewhere else at the top.
So we're just going to, I guess document it and share. So, am I fearful? Not really.
You're not apprehensive?
No, not now. Not now, because I don't know what I don't know.
I don't need to hide sharp objects.
No, I don't feel because I just really feel if there's a new level of freedom, then it's worth it, because you cannot build a healthy relationship on a bed of lies. So if there's more, I don't know. I don't know what there's going to be, and Dave knows, and he'll have to present that, and I will have to respond in whatever way. So.
And interesting for me, I had my first 2-hour session. And the person was very supportive, very black and white, which is fine. And in that, when describing how to look at it and how to classify things, like there's stuff that I would not have considered.
That's right.
And
that's right.
That's what I occasionally do when I wake up at 4 in the morning. I go, oh wow.
And I guess that's the beauty of the therapeutic disclosure, is that it's a process that you walked through, and I guess there's a whole series of questions that so my gut tells me yes, there's going to be more information, but was Dave deliberately holding things that he fully well knew I had a right to know? Maybe not. But
and that's what I'm learning about things that you should know. And also, in this I go, oh wow, I completely forgot about
Yeah.
this time or this era, or I didn't think that was real. Oh yeah, that fits into the betrayal.
Yeah, because I mean, as we know, there's so much minimisation.
Yeah.
There's so much deflection. There's so much denial. There's
a lot of that's just for myself as well,
yeah,
internally to
yeah.
myself.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey, but we will keep you updated and as we go forward.
Yeah.
Good.
Very.